So, good evening, everybody. Day 5 of the American Roadshow. I was wondering, since it's the last one, a special one, I was wondering how to start it, and I would like to say, like they do on the planes. They say, what do they say? They say a very warm welcome to all of our passengers, but even a warmer welcome to all our elite and whatever gold members, platinum members, titanium members, and so on and so on. So I'd like to truly thank everybody who are long-term holders of HUI stock. It is heartwarming that people actually believe in it. The ones who sell, it's kind of sad because it seems like they don't believe that it's going to be a multi-billion company, which I believe in, and I think America reassured me that this is going to be this way. So the ones who left, I hope you'll come back, and the ones who stayed, a very warm welcome and thank you very much. So day 5 Orlando was, I have to admit, I was expecting it to be much more harsher and rougher and more meetings and more people, but it just occurred that I met a very, very, very important person, which was a market maker who promised to tighten our stock, and he'll be looking after us. The first market maker started with a spread of 5 to 20. So you can imagine that the beginnings on the OTC markets were, I would say, bumpy, but we're tightening. We are meeting people. We are talking to market makers. We're talking to brokers, and this is, I think, what is important. So I met a couple of investors in Orlando. I was meant to meet a governor, but he couldn't make it due to family reasons, and he was very apologetic. So too bad. Maybe next time. And I just think it should be like a sum up of what I think of the United States. It is, as I mentioned before, I lived there when I was a child, but it's of course it's a totally different world, and they understand what energy crisis is. Let's not forget that they had 2 energy crises, oil crises in the 20th century, in 1970s, one in 1974 and one in 1979. And I read actually just recently a Yale, somebody wrote a PhD from Yale about the crisis from 1979, and this man was saying that, oh, this crisis was even longer and worse than the one from 1974 because it lasted for 4 months. And you see, the energy crisis that we are dealing with now is not short term. I think it's going to be lasting on for a very, very, very long time, and it's just not OPEC for a moment, or it's not just a problem with Iranians like it was in 1979. We have to get used to the energy prices as they are now. So I believe that the company is positioned in a perfect way to help the world with this kind of crisis in a marginal way. Of course, we cannot solve all the world problems. I mean, I'm not even slightly suggesting that, but we can add on our little with our little efforts. We can help somehow. So what is striking is that Americans now still do not understand, I think, because they don't have to. I mean, they're energy independent, although energy is getting more and more expensive now as well there. But air conditioning there is just incredible. I mean, you go in from 30 degrees into 15 degrees. I mean, you get sick immediately. I mean, I just get sick immediately. But it's they don't save energy. They are consuming things. The amount of plastic there, I think I showed before. I mean, plastic is everywhere. It's just it's everything is packed in it. Everything is, like surrounded with plastic, and fair enough. But it's a bit of a different world. But the interest in this technology because of that is massive. So I mean, I shouldn't use this word because but it's very, very, very substantial. I mean, I have this impression that I mean, I was I was in Atlanta, and I think I mentioned before, maybe I'm repeating myself, but I will just say it again, is that I say, wait, I didn't know how big Atlanta was, okay, my fault. And so I asked somebody from the audience on the Roadshow, even so I asked him how big Atlanta is, and then somebody said, well, it's 5 million people, and we have 400 buses, local buses, public buses. And then somebody else from the audience said, oh, it means that 5 systems would just basically fix our issues. We could just, move into hydrogen buses and fix our plastic problem. So the interactivity between, in the United States is really, really, like, boosting. So some people said before that I look tired and I seem tired, but I'm actually extremely invigorated. I mean, it seems like the world needs this technology, and of course everybody's waiting for it to work. But before it works, I mean, we just have to spread the word. And this will be my I mean, it has been from the beginning, but I believe that more and more people should know about this. I mean, West Coast should know about it. America now, I was just, this was the East Coast, and actually it was just August. I tried to get in there as fast as possible. I mean, but because it basically was at that time, but I managed to meet many people. It would be much more difficult to do it in September, but because people are just getting back and from the holidays, and they're getting very, very busy. So I think I've done it in the most perfect time possible. It's interesting. It's interesting to find out that people really love it. I mean, I think it transpired in their interaction. It was shown in the trading, that people were buying, and they were the American. This were the American buys, and we're only starting there. I mean, this were. I mean, it's just the beginning in the U.S. and I mentioned before, a long time ago, the United States was a big dream of mine. It was a big dream of mine in February of last year. I think HUI was too young then. Just didn't work out. As you know, things changed. The relationship between Powerhouse and HUI now is, I hope, stronger than before, and we'll together work on building the technology and also spreading the good word, because I mean, we're talking about thousands of systems all over the world. Pretty much, I would say America, United States is has this, I would say, similar tipping fees, as they call tipping fees, gate fees in Europe, as us. So we're talking. I mean, they were. I mean, I said 100. I said, we're conservative. We are doing €100, $100. It's pretty much equal now. They said, oh, we do 150 here. So it's we can compare this. And of course, the rest of the world is a different story. But I think Europe and the United States will be the front runners of this technology, and later on, it will just follow. So thank you very much for joining me. Once again, thank you very much to the gold, platinum, titanium elite members, long-term holders, and just a welcome to everybody else. And I hope to see you soon.